So we're really fortunate that we work with a ton of small and mid-sized companies, and each of them have a different objective, a different challenge, a different worry, and being able to help those companies is really amazing, right? So a lot of our customers come to us and they say that they don't feel like they're in control of where their business is going or what their business is doing. So being able to help those companies and get them on the right track so that they're making the right decisions with the data that they already have is totally awesome. And the fact that we have now over 9,000 of those is that much the better. We're a dashboard vendor. As I said earlier, we're really fortunate to work with all these small and mid-sized companies, and when they come to us, they say that they don't know where what their business is doing necessarily. They have a lot of data. They're tracking their marketing metrics, they're tracking their sales metrics, their warehousing metrics, all sorts of things, but they don't feel like they're actually in control of what the business is doing and what they should do. So with our dashboard, we're able to bring all this data together and then help them understand the health of their business, and hopefully because of that, help them make the right decisions. So we have a cloud-based dashboard that is targeted at small and mid-sized businesses. So that's what we do, and that's the companies that we get to help. So I think there's a lot of Canadian experiences, like you're at the cottage and the loon is doing its thing, right? Or you're canoeing somewhere, or you're being bitten by mosquitoes. I think those are all like truly Canadian experiences. But I think one of the times that I was probably most proud when I just said, "Wow, that's awesome." It was last year in 2016 when President Obama was giving the address to the House of Commons, and he said, "The world needs a little bit more Canada." And I thought that was just, from an outsider's perspective, coming in, addressing, all of Canadians, I thought that was just absolutely amazing. I was very, very proud to hear that. I think we've got a lot of talent in Canada, a lot of engineering talent in Canada. We've got a long history of lots of absolutely amazing technology. But I think what's different is that the culture in Canada is one that's more loyal, and I think there's more collaboration that happens in Canada. And I think the employees that you get, they're more in it because they believe, right? They're not going to hop from one place to another place. They associate themselves with companies because they want to help that company or the company's mission. So I had to think about this because I don't typically put a lot of people on pedestals, but I think there's definitely a few folks that I would consider like absolutely admirable. One of the people I actually got to see him speak about 2 years ago was Romeo Dallaire. So General Romeo Dallaire, involved in the Rwandan crisis, now making his mission about getting children out of war. Just amazing, humble, experienced, visionary leader. So definitely I would rank him as one of the people that everybody should look up to. The other thing that sort of came to mind, and I've got 2 girls at home, and I'm always thrilled to sort of see the influence that Canadian athletes have on young children, boys and girls. But Hayley Wickenheiser comes to mind, Clara Hughes, comes to mind as well, and the soccer star Sinclair, she comes to mind too, right? So they've had huge influences on my girls as well. So I think that's great, right? We need those kind of figures to inspire folks. So I think fundamentally, being Canadian is about inclusion, about acceptance, about having sort of peaceful relationships. I think that's really something that all Canadians have really taken to heart and exemplify. But I do think it starts with that, that inclusion, right? We are obviously a nation full of folks that have all sorts of different perspectives and backgrounds and histories, right? So, and it works really, really well. And I think it's a natural thing to be inclusive because you see that it works and it enriches everything. So I would say that's definitely a central part of what I believe. That was the question that I struggled with all night. I couldn't figure it out. I mean, I love beaver tails, right? I mean, there's nothing like a beaver tail when you're on the canal here in Ottawa, right? But poutine you got those cravings after, you know, you've gone skiing or snowboarding, right? So I was discussing it with one of my colleagues this morning, and he said, well, it probably comes down to what time of day, right? So poutine typically is maybe more of a later in the day, sometimes even really early morning kind of thing. Beaver tails are more sort of midday. So I'd have to go with, I can't decide, but it, you know, both fit the palate at different times of day. Generally, we always come downtown, we make a day of it, and then watch the fireworks. This year we decided to stay out of the city, but there were amazing fireworks happening all over the place. So we were in Canada with friends and family, so we enjoyed the day. Of course, there was the Canada Day risk of thunderstorms, which I think actually did happen, but that's part of the fun. But we spent it with friends and family just outside of the city. I think to really continue pushing who we are. I think we have an incredible story to tell. I think we have this beautiful, inclusive nature that is born to all Canadians and folks that come and live in Canada. I think we need to continue to push that brand because it is truly, as Obama said, the world needs more Canada. I think we need more kindness and we need more of that philosophy in our lives. So, and I think we can do that. I think we should celebrate that. Happy birthday, Canada. Happy 150th.